I hope you all had a very, very merry Christmas and a merry New Year. Well, my aim of the game for today, well, yeah, mostly today, was to just clear out all the mess without videoing anything, because when I video stuff, it takes me 6,000 years to do anything, because I'm always videoing stuff. And you don't know that, because you lot only see about 1% of everything that I film. So, but anyway, I found loads of useful stuff. I found a PSP, which I'm going to sell. I can't find the charger for it, but I found loads of these chargers for old Apple products that remain from their old stock from my failed business selling electrical gadgets and iPhone stuff and iPhone repairs, etc. I found this old iPod. No, this is an iPhone 3G, isn't it? 8GB iPhone 3. Yep, probably one of the ones that I was trying to repair or never got round to repairing or done something with it, who knows. Anyway, I found some interesting stuff. But I found this, I don't know if I've ever looked at these before, with, showing them. But these were bits that I made in college. Now, I went to college by accident, really. I didn't want to go to college, but people were like, hey, why don't you go to college? I was like, alright. So I went to college, and ended up doing an engineering thing, and ended up making this. I don't know what it is. I have no idea what on earth I made here. It was something. And I made it all by hand. No machines were involved. It's covered in cobwebs, as you can see now, and rust. But I made every single bit of it and put it all together and done everything there. What did I put in here? Oh, I think I put it in a bag with oil to try and stop it from going rusty. But obviously somebody's come along and drank the oil, so now it's just a thing in a bag. I don't know what it is. I suppose I'll get it out to show you. I didn't like going to college. Well, I liked it because it was fun to mess around, but I didn't like making anything. It was all boring, really. It's not my type of thing, really. But we got this. I only really made it just to shut everyone up, you know what I mean? So, I don't know what it does. It's like, oh, I think I know what it's supposed to be, a thing. It's a very nice thing. So anyway, that's that. And then I made, oh, that's, don't know what that is. Looks like a letter E. Anyway, so this was obviously supposed to be a world. I think it was probably my first, might have been my first, if it was even mine, stainless world with obviously TIG. Because I didn't go to college to do welding. However, when I was there, I one day went in the welding department for fun, and got caught, and the what would you call him, professor or teacher, whatever you want to call him, said to me, well, you're in here, why don't you just do a welding course? So I was like, alright. So I ended up doing a welding course. So that's that. Oh, this was supposed to be a tap holder thingy. There's supposed to be, God, these are very cobwebby. They've been there for a very long while, about 10 years probably. So there's supposed to be two handles. Oh look, here's one handle. That's one handle. That screws in that end, and we've got another handle. I don't know why I drilled and countersunk the ends. That's weird. Put a nice thread on there, and you screw that in the other side, and you got yourself a tap holder. This is a square and a square. No idea why we had to make that. That was a load of crap. Pointless. I don't know why we had to do that. Maybe to teach us tolerances or something. It's supposed to be able to take the square out, but it's got stuck. Oh, there's some dice or die in aluminium to do a thread in one, countersink the others. You know, a load of rubbish. There's one of them. I think was only supposed to make one, but I'd done it. If I remember correctly, I think I'd done one, and everyone else was still doing theirs, so I made some more. some, you know, counter-sunken and everything. And there's another one. Got cobwebs in this butter box. Yeah, another one. Bit different. I think that's the best one over there. Right. Oh, we had to make the aluminium, by the way. It come in a big 8-meter length. What happened there? Huh. Come in a big 8-meter length, you know, cube, and we had to cut it down to the right thing, polish it and everything. Oh, I don't know, a lot of rubbish. Right, what else we got here? A bolt that I didn't make. A thing, I don't know what that is. A thing that I made for some reason. Some offcuts. Another thing. Loads of things in there. Yeah. So some of you, I don't know, some of you like making stuff. Bench fitting, I think it was called. Some of you like doing that. So I thought I'd show you the things that I had to make in college. I did actually get chucked out of college for a number of things. Messing around mainly. Set my friend's head on fire, and then put his welding screen in the bin and set that on fire because it was meant to be funny. Yeah, they caught me on the CCTV and then threw me out. So that was mainly. But then I ended up getting, because it was near the end and I'd done all my practical work, I ended up getting 30 odd whatever it was qualifications and paperwork certificates anyway. So it was all a waste of time in my opinion. I've never used my qualifications. I've done it for like 2 years. Now I'm driving plant because that's what I wanted to do all my life, drive machines. So that's just memories from the past. Right, let's have a quick little look at this little engine I was looking at the other day. I did pour some oil down in the old plug hole down there. There's quite a bit of well, sawdust and everything else has gone down there. But it still appears to be quite seized up. So I do wonder to myself whether it is the piston was seized. There's the little nutshell what decided it was going to be in there. That was in the pull start when I took the pull start off. So I decided what I'm going to do, I suppose. I'm not quite sure if someone has put a random arrangement of head bolts on there, but I'm just going to take them off and we'll have a look to see what's going on inside there, I suppose. Well, this is what we find when we take the top off. Looks like we've got quite a bit of corrosion in here. The gasket was in fact stuck. The valves, very corroded, probably not moving. There's all the oil that I tipped in there. I was hoping that it would seep around the cylinder, around the piston, and unseize it, but you can see we've got a lot of moisture in there. Look at all that rust that's going around in there. So that piston is probably stuck solid in there, unfortunately. We've got a little gasket. I was trying my best not to damage this too much, because chances are I'm not going to be able to buy one. Making one out of gasket paper is the next option, but it's going to be difficult. I'd rather reuse this gasket if possible. You should never really reuse gaskets, especially ones in engines, but I'd like to, because, well, you know, having an original gasket's a good idea, but I'm probably going to have to make one anyway. So there you go. I'm probably going to get many haters actually for not cleaning all the sawdust and dirt off before I took this off. The reason I didn't do that, because the rule of thumb is before you take an engine apart, you want all the surroundings to be free of any dirt and any dust and anything what's going to get in there. But as you can see, the old spark plug had been taken out, and as we know from the last video, loads of stuff was already inside, so I wasn't too worried about anything going in there because, you know, it's already full up. That's the reason I'm having to take it apart in the first place. So there you go. Now my next mission is going to be to try and get that little piston unstuck from in there and to try and get those valves to work. Well, I've had a little look about. I've cleaned them valves up a bit. They're stuck solid as well. Now I've got a plan, because I don't want to damage this too much any more than it already is. Looking at the side of that cylinder. Anyway, because I want to try and get it running the best I can do, and don't want to damage it too much, I've got a plan. Now that's been sitting there with oil in it for about 3 days now. But what I'm going to do is I've cleaned most of that out. You can see some of that gunk in there still. But I've got some of this penetrating fluid and release fluid. I use this a lot for rusty nuts and bolts, and it gets them off really easy. So I'm just going to spray a load of that in there and around those valves. It may or may not be a good idea. I don't know, but my plan is that that's going to sit in there and it will work its way around those rings and get through all that rust what's stuck in there. Man, that smells of tits. I love that smell. So hopefully that will work its way around in there, and hopefully it will work its way underneath those stuck valves. Really, that's the only thing that I've got to hand that would get that unstuck. I could heat it up. I could put a heat gun or something to heat around here. That might release it. You know, there's loads of little things you can do, but at the minute I haven't really got the means to do that. My heat gun's broken. I need to buy a new one. I haven't got any way of heating this up unless I build a little fire and stick it in the middle of it, and so, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to try this releasing fluid and see if that works. If it doesn't, I'll heat it up and see if I can get it to get unstuck that way. But in the meantime, I've got something to do. I hope you all had a very merry Christmas and a merry New Year, because 2016 was an awesome year and I had a brilliant time. Enjoyed the hell out of myself in 2016. But 2017 is going to be the tits. 2017 is going to be the nuts. You know, I'm going to be, well, I've made a New Year's resolution to be a lot less lazy, get a lot more done, and make a lot more better videos, and just to have a better life for myself. And, you know, just 2017 is going to be the tits. So I hope you all had a brilliant 2016, but 2017, you wait. Everyone's going to love 2017.